Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Yoga with Pooja Shah. Today I'll be talking on one asana which is one and only asana that could be done post your meals, post lunch or dinner. Yes, you're right, that is Vajrasana. So before we get into the techniques of Vajrasana, the warm-up that is required to do this asana, we'll make sure that we are not having any issues. So people who are having any issues with their knees, the too much stiffness in their ankles or severe arthritis, please proceed with caution. Alright, now as we all know, Vajrasana has immense benefits for people who have digestive issues, stomach issues, constipation issues. We'll be talking about that at the end of the video. So stay tuned until the end. Meanwhile, we'll understand how to sit in Vajrasana, how the posture exactly looks like. Alright. So first I'll be showing you how the posture looks like. I'll be turning around so you could be seeing me properly. Yes, I'm exactly on my knees now, and this is how the posture looks from the back. You've already seen me how it looks from the front. This is how it looks from the back. Alright. So now what we do is we'll move on to understand the flexibility that is required for this asana. Your ankles are required to be little bit flexible for you to fold them and sit on them. So for that we'll be doing certain warm-ups which are really very good on your feet. So what I do is sit on the side and make sure that your upper body is exactly perpendicular in L shape. Alright. Now what do we do is pull your toes towards you and push your heels outside. So my heels are outside, toes towards me. Slowly drop your heels on the floor. We repeat a few more times. You will lift your heels up off the floor. Try to pull your toes towards you and slowly push the heels outside, pointing. You will try and force your toes towards you. Make sure you engage your thighs, the back of your knees. You're pressing the back of your knees on the floor so that you get the grip, you get the force to pull your toes towards you. We'll stay there for a few seconds and then slowly drop. You can always go slow. Initially, if you cannot hold the posture for too long, you can simply lift up and drop. Lift up and drop. Alright, there's always a variation for those who find it difficult. Now we'll be doing simple ankle rotations. So what we'll be doing is point the toes outside. Flex. This posture is known as a flexing of toes. Stretching of toes. This is the flexing of toes. So we'll be stretching our toes towards the floor as if the toes want to touch the floor. And try and stay there for a few seconds, for a few breaths. Slowly come back. One more time. Stretch your toes towards the floor. Remember your entire muscles of your legs, the calf muscles, your shin, your ankles are feeling a nice stretch by this time. Slowly back. Alright, now we'll be doing rotations for your ankles. So you will turn and place your ankle on the opposite thigh. I have folded my right leg, kept on my left thigh. I hold my foot and holding my foot. My right palm is holding the right ankle. Left hand is holding the left foot. And I will try and give it nice rotation. Make sure you're very gentle with this. And you're making a nice zero. Imagine holding a pencil in between your toes and you're making a nice zero of it. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. So what happens is you are preparing before you, for those whose lower body is a little bit stiff, can try these exercises so that you get the flexibility slowly to get into Vajrasana. We repeat this with the other side. Alright, I will be turning this way so you can exactly see what I'm doing on the other side too. Holding one palm on the ankle, just above the ankle. The other palm is holding the foot. And I rotate my foot very mindfully. Clockwise, around 3 to 4 times should be good. anti-clockwise. Once we are done, and release. Now, there are 2-3 exercises that we just did. These 3 exercises are good enough to get some flexibility in your ankles. Once you feel you are ready, we'll go up and try slowly coming up on your knees. Again, I'll turn at the back so you have a better view. Yeah. So now I'm on my knees. My toes are pointing inwards right now. Make sure to mark these small details, as these small details build the asana completely. So you will drop your toes outside. And remember, toes are together, heels are separate. Your heels are not together, heels are separate. So your toes, the big toe of both your feet touch each other, and there is a cavity like formed in between your heels. So you will slowly push your hips on your heels and slowly down. So this is how exactly, there is a cavity. You're sitting on the cavity of your feet that is formed in between your heels. Alright, this is how your posture would look from the back. Alright, now for those who would find it difficult to sit, because it hurts, your ankles quite hurt if you are not used to sitting in this posture, what you could do is take a napkin. Now I'm not having a napkin with me right now. So what you could do is take a napkin and try sitting on the bed. You could try doing this on a bed or on a sofa if you're having space. And I'll be doing it on the floor right now to show you how you will place the napkin exactly. Yes, you will fold the napkin around comfortable thickness, so it gives you a nice cushion underneath your ankles. And what you will do is place your ankles in between your, place your napkin in between your ankles and slowly push them down and sit. This will prevent your ankles from hurting. If your ankles hurt into your mat or on the floor if you are doing it, so this is a very good technique to prevent your ankles from hurting inside. Alright. Now, there would be few of our friends who would not be, I have seen in my class there are students who are really very rigid, whose body is really very rigid, and they find it so difficult to sit. There are people who sit like this, okay. If you are someone who sits like this, who cannot go down further, what you can do is, again take help of some good thick blanket, and what you will do is, alright, place the blanket in between, so around here, so you will place, okay, I'll fold the entire mat so you could get a proper view. Yes, so you will place the blanket exactly somewhere here, so that would be below your hips. A napkin would be below your ankles, the other one, alright, this looks shaggy, but yeah, the other one will be just below your hips, and you will slowly sit. Now after few days, what will happen is, once you get that flexibility, you can reduce the thickness. So you will reduce the thickness and slowly come down. Once you feel you are all ready, yes, once you feel you are all ready, then you can slowly remove the napkin, remove the towel or whatever you've been putting. So yes, this is the technique, the hacks of Vajrasana. Now, as I promised you that we'll be discussing certain very, very important and lesser known facts about Vajrasana. So here it is. As we all know, this helps in digestion. We've all heard from somewhere that this Vajrasana would be very good for digestion issues. Now, how does it help in digestion? What happens is, after food, once you're done with your meals, your stomach is the only organ which is most active, which requires most blood at that time, because at that time digestion process is on. So while you get in Vajrasana, what happens is, what if I tell you to sit in Vajrasana or sit in cross-legged posture for half an hour? You'll immediately start feeling that you're getting cramps in your legs. Alright, why does that happen? Lack of blood circulation. So exactly that we want for now. So while you sit in Vajrasana after your meals, what happens is, the blood flow is restricted up to your upper body, and your lower body, the blood circulation becomes a little bit slow. So all the blood that is otherwise directed to your lower body is concentrated until your upper body. So as a result, your stomach gets all the blood supply, which helps you cure digestion, cure constipation, gastric issues, acidity issues. So this was it. Practice Vajrasana today and let me know how it goes. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel Yoga with Pooja Shah. I'll see you next week. Till then, namaste. Thank you.